Hi, welcome to Rebooted Mindset, formerly Rebooted the podcast. I'm your host, Alida Hernandez. Come join me every Wednesday and Sunday afternoon at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time to hear real-life conversations with experts around the world on how we can heal our body, mind, soul, and spirit. So let's get talking. With the sound. Hi, everybody. Alida Hernandez, Rebooted Mindset. Welcome back, everybody. It's episode 55. Can you believe this is episode number 55? I can't. It's 55 episodes. Like, when I first started, like today I was nervous. I don't know why. I mean, I felt like I was like the first episode just because I said it was 55. But today, we are live. So if you have comments or questions, please put it in the chat. You can put it on YouTube, on Facebook. Where else am I at? On Twitter. So any of those platforms that I'm streaming live right now, just put your comments in there and I can see who it is and I'll say hi to you. So today's topic is from fear to healing. And the reason I said from fear to healing is because I was facing for a while, well, a couple of months, happened a couple of times, facing fears of losing my house or losing business, whatever the fear is, right? I had some things that I was concerned about. And I don't know if everybody out there does this, but when you can't control something or you feel like you can't control something, the fear starts kicking in and that soap opera starts happening in your brain. Well, if this happens, then I'm going to go do this, and then I'm going to go do this. And you're like, hold on, back it up. Why am I doing the soap opera? I already have like 10 episodes, right, going on because your brain just starts going on and it just goes off. And you have to control your brain. It's your brain, right? So you need to control what you're thinking and what you're saying. And easier said than done, right? That expression that they say. So I had read something, a post that said that said when you have fear, to have coffee or tea with your fear. You know, hey Susan, how you doing? Thanks for watching. So I sat down one day and I said, you know what? I'm tired of this fear. I'm tired of getting anxiety, getting like, you know, your stomach starts hurting. Oh, I don't want to eat. Like all these weird things happen to you. And you can't think straight. You can't function. You're trying to work. You can't function because the fear keeps popping up on your brain, like the little guy on the shoulder telling you, hey, concentrate on me, you know? And I just said, no, you know what? I'm going to have coffee with my fear today. So I said exactly what I did. I said, what is my fear? Let me face my fear. Okay, fear. Okay, I'm afraid of, say, losing my business, for example. So I said, why? Okay, because this, and this. Then I realized those three things I was fearful really didn't make a difference. Like, it doesn't matter if whatever anybody else thinks or anything like that, because it's my business, my life, and all I am is responsible for is myself and my family. So when we start getting out of the box, and this is just my thoughts, you know, I'm no expert. I go through life experiences, and that's what I give you. So just a disclaimer again, I do bring in experts that they're an expert in their field. But me, it's more about my life experiences and what I can share with you that worked for me, and then guide you to other people that can teach you steps on how to change your mindset and how to embrace these issues that you go through. So I literally sat down, like I said, and just sat down and just faced those fears, wrote them down, looked at them in the eye and say, that's what I fear. And I had to come up with why and a solution to the fear. I had to replace it with something. I don't want fear. So now, yeah, dance with your fear, right? Have coffee with your fear. You have to embrace it. And because, you know, I didn't understand this and just came to me. So my first bout of drug issue that I had was back in the 80s when I lived in Hollywood, California. So if anybody knows about the 80s in California, or just the 80s in general, it was cocaine city, okay? Anywhere you went, any club you went to, there was cocaine. You didn't have to buy cocaine. It was just available. It was on table. People had it. They would give it to you. It was just crazy. Hey, Juan, ¿cómo está? Oh, José, sorry. José, ¿cómo está? Gracias. Gracias por estar aquí. Thank you. Thank you. So it was very powerful, that the influence, you know, when you're surrounded by that, it was there. And I remember I was thinking about the other day, why do people really do drugs, you know? And I was thinking about, why did I do drugs back then? And it all was because I couldn't deal with an emotion that happened or trauma that I went through. I couldn't deal with the emotional pain that I was going through, and I didn't want to feel it. So what's the easiest thing to do? Is to numb yourself, drink, do drugs, anything to get away from it. Okay. And you can have sex. I mean, there's so many things you can be addicted to. All right. There's a lot of things you can be, gambling. I'm just randomly thinking of these things. But then I started thinking about it. Wow. If you really start thinking about it, most people who do drugs, nobody goes out, and I honestly didn't say, I'm going to do drugs to mess myself up. Okay. And lose my job and lose my family and just screw my life up. No, you never say that. Okay. You never say that. The only thing you say, the only thing you're thinking about that moment, or you have that drink or do a drug or something, is I just want to be numb right now. I don't want to feel anything. I don't want to think anything. And that's why you do it. But you know what? Those things don't go away. Journaling, doing a brain dump can help someone. All right, so thanks, Susan. Talking about brain dump, doing journaling. Journaling is good. And I can't get into it too much, maybe because I'm just so busy. I just can't have the time to write. It's just not my thing. But maybe one day I'll get into it. But there are many factors that you can do, you know, to see it. Because sometimes you don't see what's right in front of you, right? You don't see this paper. If you put your name on the paper, I put Alida and put my faults or whatever, things that I fear, you're like, ooh. Like once you see it in black and white, it's like, ooh, it's rough, right? It's rough. You're facing it. So anyway, embracing your fears. So what I just figured out is that I've been masking a lot of things all my life, right? I've been masking drugs, masked pain for me, liquor, masked pain for me, and then food. Right? Food is huge. Food's another thing that you get addicted to, because food, I want some vanilla ice cream. There's something about the ice cream, the sugar. Oh, this is so right? Yeah, I mean, it's like they call it food porn, right? For a reason. They call it that because people have that, they get some drink. Oh, this is so good. And they're drinking stuff. And it's like, because it gives you an euphoria in your brain, right? It gives you this emotion and it makes you forget the moment that you're there. So anyway, so trying to get over these things that you substitute for not really dealing with the issue. And today also, and I can't give comments who it was because I just remembered in passing, I saw something that said it just left me about the fear. Well, it'll come back to me. That fear, things that happened to you, right? That's in the past. We're in the present, right? So what happened to you 10 years ago, it's really not relevant, okay? Is it happening to you right now? No. So move on. And I'm being harsh. I'm just saying it, cut and dry, but I'm just trying to get a point across that we hold on to things. It's like holding on to garbage or holding on to stuff. You know how people hoard. Hoarders. You've seen people have you seen those shows, the hoarders out there? Well, why do you think they do that? It's an emotional, mental issue, right? Because they have so much trauma and pain that they cannot, that's better. The other one. Anyway, they have so much trauma and pain for whatever reason. Somebody died or their pet died or anything, little things that happen, right? Or big things that happen in their life, and they don't know how to deal with it. So they feel, who knows what they're thinking, but they start hoarding because it was like eating. So keeping things makes them happy. It's like buying some people are shopaholics, right? Some people like to go to the store. Or if I buy something new, it makes me feel so good. Doesn't it make you feel good to buy a new dress or a pair of shoes or something like that? You get a euphoria again too. So people start substituting, right? Instead of dealing with the issue, they start band-aiding it. They start band-aiding it, and they start putting hoarding or I mean, just little things. I mean, and other, like I said, major things like drugs and alcohol. But it just really, it's really amazing the emotional toll your body takes. But it's because your mind is letting it do it. So I've learned now that your mind is everything. Okay, you control everything from here. Okay, you have one brain, you control everything from here. What you think, you make reality. So I wanted a business. This is what I wanted to do. We designed this whole studio here. JC and I put it on paper. JC, he drew it on paper. All the tables. We knew what furniture we wanted. We knew what color we wanted. We just knew everything that we wanted for this place. Excuse me. So and we just envisioned until it happened. And it is sometimes it's not that simple, but actually it is that simple. What am I saying? Think about it. I envision now sometimes things that you want. There's a lot of meditation on YouTube. You have to find credible people, but there are certain meditations while you're going to sleep that is very, very good for your subconscious. And it makes you envision, like you envision paradise. What is your paradise? What is your great place to be that you have no fear, right? And these are just me. This is my words, things that I've experienced and that come up to me, just helping me for those times that have been difficult. And there are days that are more difficult than others, but through faith and having more faith, I feel that I've really am becoming more in tune to myself, like learning who I am and learning how intelligent I am and accepting myself, loving myself and opening my heart to help other people and love other people unconditionally has changed my life completely. And it's just, I don't know, that's the only way I can say it, because that's how I feel. I feel more at peace in myself. I had to go through a scenario that I was sick, and I had to come back from that. And I told everybody, I said, I made a choice. Do I live or do I die? So I chose life. And because I chose life, I chose to be the best that I can do, treat my body as good as I can do, because I didn't do it before. I realized all my life I abused my body with what I ate, what I drank, the drugs, everything. I abused my body. I abused my mind by what I was reading or what I was watching or looking on internet, okay, or the friends that I had. So I had several poisons going on. The people you're around, it's a whole nother thing too. My mother used to say, you are on the company that you keep, or something like that. Like you are the person you are because of the company you keep. So if you want to be a better person and have a good heart and about learning about spirituality and just becoming a better person, you have to be around those people. And there's a lot of us here. And it's going to be here at Studio 33. So I'm going to say that right now. We've already done sound healing and meditation here twice. I also have one of my sponsors. We can talk about him now, Scalar Light. Tom Palladino. He's an amazing man. I've spoken to him a couple of times. Go get your 30-day free section at freescalarlight.net and check it out. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't hurt. You don't have to go anywhere. All you do is log in here. You send your photo, a couple of photos of yourself, and everything's through a photograph. So through that photograph, he will send energy to you, which will be healing energy to balance your chakras, open everything up, be able to receive healing. He has testimony from 5,000 people in India from an AIDS refugee camp that have all been healed. All of them blood tested before, during, and after. So they have clinical proof that they have no more HIV. Okay. So this is a testament to scalar light. He said he's harnessing God's energy and the energy of the universe into this Tesla coil that he has created, and he is sending that energy to us. It's hard to understand. It's hard to, but think about it as God. Can you explain God? It's hard to explain God. So think about that. It's something that God has given us, and he has harnessed something that he can help us. So go for it. I've been doing it. JC's been on it. The family's been on it. So JC's aunt is on scalar light, and she's always had high blood pressure. And the other day she was feeling a little dizzy, and she wasn't feeling well. And I'm like, let me check your blood pressure. So I check her blood pressure. It was like 100/70. I go, wow, your blood pressure is low. Did you take your medicine? She said, no, not this morning yet. I'm like, really? I go, oh, you're on scalar light. I don't know. Could be. I don't know. But she's been on scalar light. Her blood pressure has plummeted down. So now she's like takes medication maybe once a week. And even that, we just told her because it went up a little bit. But I bet you that she'll be off of those medications soon. And the whole point is getting off all prescription medication. I'm almost done. I got one thing left, and I will be completely clean from all prescription medication. I am really happy and grateful to know that my journey, by the end of this year, I declare I'm going to be off of my last medication. That's it. It's done. And it's taken a long time. This has been a 7-year journey since I had the stroke. So anyway, let's go on to some other events that are coming up. Some happy stuff. November 4th, we have salsa going on here. We're having our 1-year anniversary at this beautiful studio back here. 1-year anniversary. Can you believe it? We've been here 1 year. Okay, so we're having our first anniversary at Studio 33 Saturday, November 4th, which is this Saturday. The social starts at 9. We're gonna have a complimentary class between 8 and 9 p.m. Johnny Bachata will be here doing his steps with salsa, and he always does bachata also. So come on in, enjoy a free class, a complimentary class, so you can check out the instructor and sign up for our classes that are going to be starting soon. So you need to come and sign up for the classes, but we need a count for people. Okay, so please come in. We also have some. We might do some raffles too. I have some tickets to Spectrum Art Miami. 2 tickets for VIP night. If you want to go see the show, we'll be raffling off some tickets, and we'll see what else we raffle off. We always have some stuff there around, some bracelets, some candles, and some other things we might raffle off. And then next weekend, JC and I will be away. We're going to be in Orlando. We are going to Orlando to El Calvito Reyes y su salsa nueva. It's going to be at Legends Resto Lounge in Orlando, Florida. It is a really big place. I think it holds like over 1,000 people. And we're going to have at least 3 orchestras there. 3 orchestras and about 12 different artists, I think. It's going to be amazing. If you're in that area, mi boricuas, you know where you are. You're in Orlando. You're in Kissimmee. I got family up there. Palm Bay, all these places. Looked out. You can buy your tickets on Tickettree.com. Salsa Nueva, November 11th. It's like $15. And if you pay $5 more at $20, you get a seat and a table. So you can't beat it. 3 orchestras, 12 artists, all new salsa. So come out and dance. That's great for your health. Okay. Music and dancing is awesome for your health and for your emotional, everything. It's all good for everything. So anyway, with that, we're going to go to, then November 16th, we're going to be talking a little later, but I'll tell you now, save the date. November 16th, save the date. We're going to have a wellness networking event is what I'm calling it. We're going to have a variety of things here. My guest will talk about that too. He will be here talking about his classes that he'll be offering here at Studio 33. And that'll be from 6 to 9. We're going to have some wine. and some light bites for everybody, just to show, you know, just a little gratitude. Come on in. It's free to come in. So you can check out Studio 33 and see what we're offering, especially our classes, salsa classes, and other things that'll be coming up. So I'm going to we'll be right back after this commercial and with our guest, Gus BARNI. Bye.
I am a certified fitness trainer. I'm a certified health and wellness coach. I am the creator and developer of a brand new amazing fitness tool called the Max Pack. The Max Pack stands for Maximum Power and Core. I was looking for a fitness training tool that was more useful than a dumbbell, and I created this really amazing thing where the movement of the material inside moved every way I moved and made the resistance heavier every direction I went. So I had to grip it harder with my fingers, fist, wrist, arm, forearm, and it really immediately, the minute I picked it up, it engaged all my muscles so succinctly and firmly. Before I even started working out with it, I was like, oh wow, this is so awesome. And then I developed 150, 200 different fun, amazing, kick-ass ways to really work it. The Max Pack, Maximum Power and Core, is going to be the newest, most amazing fitness training system today. On the Max Pack, I have my empowerment words: strength, endurance, integrity, and commitment. And these words have really, really, really great meaning to me because I live by these. I signed my name and my company, Hammer Health and Fitness, is on this. So the truth and integrity and strength and endurance and commitment from me to you is literally written on this bag. And if you banged yourself in the head or you dropped it on your foot, it won't break you. And you're gonna see your body burn fat, build muscle, shred yourself. Your balance is gonna be better, your cardiovascular is gonna improve, your stability is gonna be stronger, your whole body and mind is gonna transform, because the Max Pack has required focus. The muscles are engaged, boom, right from the get-go, and then you start working out. It's a double whammy workout, and I have to tell you, happy and healthy ways to exercise your muscles and your mind, because you really have to focus on the movement. And that's why I love my Max Packs.
I thought it was unbelievable, actually, and I really got a lot of benefit out of it.
Functional activation of total body with this product. I love it.
Very effective, works all the muscles that you don't even think that you are using or engaging.
Amazing. I was engaged in my obliques, and it was just one of the best products I've actually ever used.
In and in, out and out. There you go. It's enough to burn your ass right now.
Hi, everybody. I just want to say thank you to Andrea Hammer and her Max Pack. They're amazing. Try it out. We're going to have a pop-up exercise class here. We don't have a set date yet, but you will see it. I will post it. And I have my Max Pack just to show you that I do have one here. Oh, let me get it. It's 8 pounds. 8 pounds. This is a sandwich hold, right? And then you can just sit here and just kind of raise it, right? Or you can do a tricep. And it engages your muscle right away because you have to hold it. So as you're holding it, it's already like your muscles already squeezing. And let me tell you, you don't have to do 100, you know, or 25. You know, when you go to the gym, you have to do all these reps. But that you do less the reps, and it works amazing. So right now I have Gus BARNI here. Thank you for coming, Gus.
Thank you.
So I don't even know how to explain everything. I know you're a certified theta healer, transformational energy. I know you work a lot with energy, and you've created different programs. So that's why I invited you here, so you can discuss it more. He says it better than me, so I'll let him say it.
Well, okay. Everything unfolds because of our subconscious mind. But what is the deal with our subconscious mind? Why do we have so many issues? In the last segment, you were talking about fear. Okay, where's the fear coming from? The fear comes because it starts before birth and it goes from 0 to 7. So what happens? What do they tell little kids? Don't do that. You're going to fall down. No, don't do that one either. Don't run too fast. Don't do this. So the kid comes in with fearless. As you can see them run around fearless. But eventually there's an accumulation that takes inside of our subconscious mind from our unconscious mind, which is really the parents and other people saying, don't do that. Don't do that. You're going to hurt yourself. This, that. Well, that's how we start getting programmed. Why do we get programmed at that age? Why is it so damaging? Because we are in a theta state of mind. That age from 0 to 7, you're in a theta state of mind. So therefore, it's a state of mind where you have no filtration systems. So you're like a record, just recording all that stuff, like a sponge, absorbing the good, the bad, and the ugly. And this is then we have to see about how are we going to heal these things in the future.
Wow. So there's just things that stay in your subconscious mind since you were young, because you're pre-programmed.
You're pre-programmed.
That's why
Exactly.
I tell people anything like prejudice and racism, all that stuff, you're all pre-programmed. That's learned. That's a learned behavior.
Yeah. It came from somebody else.
Right.
60% of the unconscious material comes from your mother and father and the people around them. That's a huge amount of stuff.
And their fears.
And their fears.
They
Absolutely.
put more fears on you.
Well, that's it. It's a generational thing with the fears. So we have to decide to cut this thing off at some point.
Right.
We have to make a real conscious decision
Right.
to say, hey, listen, I'm not going to play that game anymore. Why am I going to be scared of this? It's not actually really happening. It's just my brain that is doing it to me.
Right. That's that soap opera that I keep saying in the movie.
Yeah.
And the movie, and it's too much. And I think a lot of people do this. I think it's something that everybody's gone through because the way they've been trained by their parents. So explain to me really, what is theta state? What is that?
That's a brainwave.
Okay.
That's a state of mind that when you're young, that's the one that you have that allows you to learn so fast. You see how kids can learn so fast? Because they're in that nice space. Things are nice in that theta space. But what the theta state of mind doesn't have is it has the filtration system that you have more with an alpha state of mind, which is not as high. And then you have the next state of mind, which is the beta state of mind. Now, the higher you are in that beta state of mind, the more nuts you get. Okay. That's where, like in the high states of beta, you get road rage. You have all kinds of things. People have all kinds of dysfunctions and breakdowns, and all kinds of things start to take place.
Wow. And that's all from emotional buildup or
That's
just subconscious.
Right. And people have to know that we can't keep stuffing feelings inside of our bodies. You just can't do that, because what happens is this. It's like an envelope. You're putting a bunch of letters in there. Eventually, the envelope is going to give way. It's going to start splitting at the seams.
Yeah.
And your body does the same thing. And we break down and we get sick.
Yes. I just discovered that. I just thought about that the other day, because when I was talking about the fear and facing what was bothering me. And then I realized that when I used to go from like a new job, when you get a new job, I would get, after like 3 months, I would be sick. Like, why would I always get sick before the new job? And then I just realized the reason I got sick was from all the stress, all the expectation I put on myself, all the expectations that they're putting on me. Like, it's so much, the change, right? And you're not emotionally ready. You're not handling it well. I wasn't handling it well. And I didn't realize that I was physically showing my anxiety. Like, how would you say that? I was physically manifesting the issue of everything that was going on.
Correct. And it comes from, somewhere, some blind spot inside of your subconscious that said, hey, listen, when you were 2 years old, this happened, and, you didn't do it right. My mother said, you're not doing it right. You're kind of stupid. You got this issue or you got that issue. And there you go with the fear. You're coming into the job with all of that. And these are the things that need to be corrected.
I mean, and I think everybody has baggage because you don't know where you come from, what your upbringing. We don't choose our parents. At least I don't know. I don't know if we do or not. I mean, that's a whole nother
That's a whole
spiritual
nother,
journey.
that's another whole.
So we won't touch
journey.
on that right now,
Right.
but because I've heard other things, but because I think our lives we've had a lot of journeys. I know I went through a period of time. I said, "There's no reincarnation. What are you talking about?" Because of the church,
Right.
would tell me no. But then I realized that we are energy,
That's right.
and energy doesn't die. So our physical body will die, but not our soul or our spirit doesn't die.
Correct. No, we're eternal beings. We were created that way. Our souls are part of God. I mean, that's what it is. That's why we can generate so much power. That's why our intuition comes in from up above. Okay, because the soul was a part of God that was given to us. And therefore, that is deep connection. A lot of people don't get that, but that's the way it is. When somebody knows something that you couldn't have possibly known because you didn't tell them, and they know all about it, what does that mean? That they have channeled that energy,
Right.
and that energy is available. One day, everything will be transparent. I don't know when. Certainly, probably not in my lifetime. But we can see through things, and if you've been doing the work, you're able to see through the veil and able to detect things. That's part of what I do. Is to, when people journal, you were just talking about journaling. They journal. Journal is a good thing. Initially, people write nonsense, but eventually, after they've written enough stuff, they start to get bone crushing honest. And now, okay, that's where I can start digging information and saying, okay, this is what happened to you. Okay, this is the top belief system. Now we're going to have to down spiral and see where this came from.
Wow.
Where was the main issue that brought this thing up? Okay, and that's where we start doing the repair work.
So, because it just dawned on me, and I didn't mention it before, and I do want to mention this before the show is over, because I thought it was important about something we discussed before, which goes back into the fear and all that stuff too, and how your
False expectations appearing real. Fear.
Right, fear, right. So, no, how would a person deal with, you know, how, I guess when you're I remember when I say in a bad state of mind, right? My mind wasn't correct. So I was going through a cycle, like I was single. I just became single. I got divorced. It was very difficult. Started dating. I would meet one guy. I'm like, and then I go, why does it seem like they're all the same? Right? Because it was a pattern. I had the pattern.
We have patterns. We have programs. And then from there, we go on automatic pilot. I mean, we do run a lot of our lives in automatic pilot. Think about that. And that's the subconscious mind working. Because how often do you go, okay, you lock the key, you lock the door of your house, you get in the car, you're thinking about totally something else. Right. You have no idea, right. And all of a sudden you still get to your destination. Who was there? It was your subconscious mind. Certainly not you, because you were occupied with other things. Who locked the door? It was automatic pilot,
Sometimes
I mean,
you don't remember, right? You don't even remember.
You don't even remember. I go back sometimes. Oh, I locked the door. I said, okay, so my subconscious mind was working, okay, from all the programming that we have. I mean, and some of it is super. Okay, we lock the door, we get here, we do the things that we need to do, but some of them are not so good.
Exactly.
When it comes from the unconscious mind, that kind of programming, we want to be programmed from the conscious mind, right, that went inside of the subconscious, and not from the unconscious mind that's really screwing with us inside of the subconscious. All the damage is being caused in there. Now, once it's integrated into the subconscious mind, now you got troubles. Now you got to work through it. I mean, now we get anxiety, we get depression, we have panic attacks, you name it. Things happen to cause us to start breaking down. Our brains are very primitive, no matter what people think. Right. So we have to allow spirit to get in and work through spirit, because our brains are very primitive, and it's easy to change our mindset. 1 minute we're doing great, everything is good. Then somebody says boo, and now, oh man, what happened here? This is awful.
Yeah.
And now you're running, and you're already so programmed that your brain, okay, has a second brain, and that's into the physical body. So all of that information now it's relayed inside of your body. So you're saying, my mind is kind of calm, but my stomach doesn't feel good, or my chest. I'm like, oh, what is this? I'm not able to breathe well.
Yes.
I'm feeling this stuff because now you have a second brain. So now you could have two brains beating the daylights out of you, just pounding you like this.
I had Dr. George Love. He's an acupuncturist, and he does qigong and other things. And he always said you have three brains, not two, but your physical brain, your stomach, and your intestines, because we're connected. And I'm one that when I'm not well, my stomach starts acting up, and I'm not well. And I kept saying, why is my stomach bad? And then I didn't put it two and two together until the other day. Then it's like, oh, it's all emotional. So I'm like I'm storing the emotions going to my stomach. So it just like sits here like a knot, like you ate like a whole meatloaf or something,
Well, no, of course. It's not a good thing. And we have to really start working at reprogramming ourselves.
Yes. And it takes time. I mean, I for the last, I want to say 2 years. So the last 2 years, I really been deep diving into reading about mindset and energy and tuning in, really getting more closer to God and kind of releasing things that, patterns and, things that don't like suit you. Like I've been learning how to let go of things that don't serve you anymore. That's a whole other thing that's against with the fear and all this other stuff. You have to let go of things. Like I said before, the past is the past. So this is present. This is me right now. So how are you now today? And there's nobody here after me to hurt me or anything. So there's no reason,
Right.
So
it's a matter of surrendering it and letting it go. Not allowing it to affect you, taking a look at it, observing it, and saying, why am I thinking this way?
Exactly.
But we do have to question ourselves. We got to question that inner critic. We can't just let the inner critic do whatever the hell he wants, because it's not conducive to feeling well and being well. We want to actually have the brain release the chemicals that help us to anti-age, okay? That help our bodies, that help us in life, that allows us to be happy. We don't want to release the hormones like a high level of cortisol that's tearing our bodies down and destroying us. This is just, who wants to cook in their own sauce?
And I think your product, right? Brain at Ease.
Brain at Ease.
Brain at Ease.
Brain at Ease.
I have it right here. So this product has a lot of natural things, but you can explain it better because it's made with love and God's energy, I think.
Right. Brain at Ease, it's a channel product. And the idea behind Brain at Ease is to allow the left and right hemispheres of the brain to come together, so as to ease us, to take us away from being fearful. Because what happens when we get fearful? Fearness brings us into a beta state of mind. The higher we get into that beta state of mind, the worse we get. So the more incoherent. We're not able to realistically, put ourselves forward in the right way. This is where we make more mistakes than at any other time, because we're a little bit out of control.
Wow.
So what do? When you can bring the left and the right hemispheres of the brain together and calm the system down, you're creating balance in the body. First, and second, you're going to a higher vibration. Unlike some of the drugs that are out there to do this kind of stuff, they lower your vibrations. They either dumb you down, they give you headaches, they cause all kinds of issues. This thing was created to help you. Let go of the fears.
That's good. So before I get into more about the product, I had Susan was asking where the product is sold. We will put some links later. Gus will probably have some here at the Studio 33. We'll have some here to sell, and on November 16th, we'll definitely have them here. So please come by the studio to pick them up. I also had Rachel. Hey, Rachel, how you doing? Rachel saying hi to both of us. And she had a question. So how do I rewire my brain? She said.
How do you rewire your brain? Well, you know, I created 9 steps to a healthy mind.
Perfect segue.
And 9 steps to a healthy mind is for me, and I'm working to get more practitioners to be able to resolve issues that are childhood issues, that the inner child, you know, hasn't been able to work it out effectively. Because we're an adult, but we still have an inner child. The inner child doesn't get, okay, what the adult gets. But it doesn't matter that the adult gets it. If the inner child doesn't get it, the inner child is the one that's going to create the situation that you don't like. That's the damaging effect that you have. So if we're not taking care of me is going to beat the daylights out of us.
Oh,
that's
God.
what it's.
And isn't that the truth? We're the one who beat ourselves up. I mean, I think about all the stuff that you're home. Like, I mean, I remember when I first got divorced, my kids were little, and it was very difficult. I was like, what was I thinking? Like, you know, when I got divorced and I was home, and then you weigh the pros and the cons of the relationship and all that stuff. But later on, now that I'm, you know, in my age now, I think about it going, man, I didn't know crap. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I was 20. I got married 23 years old. Okay. And then I wasn't even, you know, I was in love with him, but I was still not happy with myself at that time because I had been in an abusive relationship with somebody that I thought I really loved.
Right.
So that I had baggage already at 23 years old. So that just continued. And I just realized that's what all that stuff that happens to you when you're little, like 5 years old or 7, when my parents divorced, all that stuff sticks to you and you remember things. And how come you always remember like the bad stuff?
Until your parents die. Then I had my father pass away. And yes, you know, you remember the bad stuff, but there was a lot of good stuff in there. You just have to be able to release that, let it go. It just, you know, you don't want to make it a part of you. You don't want to repeat it. What happens is this: you catch yourself. If you don't catch yourself, you got the same emotion working you over again and again and again. So if you can't transmute that energy, you're going to be a victim to that energy. So, I mean, you watch yourself. If you keep repeating that nasty stuff, okay,
And
it's going to bring forward with force from the subconscious mind and say, here, I'm going to smack you again.
Right.
It's that simple. It's not, this is not rocket science.
We almost cause not that we cause everything that happens in our life, but we have to be really careful. And I didn't understand this. Our words, like somebody told me, our words, they're called spelling. You know what spelling words spell? What is the spell, right? So words are a spell. So if you say, I'm a piece of poop and I'm never going to amount to anything and I'm just not, guess what? That's what you're going to do. But if you get yourself in a higher vibration, higher energy, love yourself, and get yourself in that state of mind, I can do anything that God gives me strength to do and move forward with the confidence. And you switch it. The minute you say it, wow, look, I said it and I felt uplifted. The minute I said.
I mean, words matter, and more than the words, okay, the emotions that are put behind the words.
Right.
Nothing is more powerful than the emotions. The emotions given to the words is where change can take place. You know, one of the things that we want to do here is, okay, universal breath empowerment. What is that? Exactly. We work with shamanic drum, shamanic messengers, and we create a breath, okay, that comes right here from your chest, your heart. And over time, you got so much oxygen and so much stuff moving that you start blowing out those things that are emotionally draining you. Yeah. Meaning we write things down, we make sure what it is that we have to locate and release that stuff, because you can release it not in the third dimensional plane, But in the fifth dimensional plane, you get to release it. And that's where we want to be. When we do these exercises, let's see if we can get to the fifth dimensional plane. And I measure people's vibrations. And on the last time that we did this, the vibrations averaged 110 points higher from the breath work. Now, continuing to do that, that helps. Doing a bunch of other things of being conscious of what you're saying to yourself, how you're reprogramming. Be careful what you watch on television.
Yes. Oh,
you know?
yes. You know that I mean, I love TV. I like movies. You know, I like stories. But I notice I don't watch that much television anymore. I really don't. I watch certain things that that are interesting, that's learning, more positive. I go on YouTube and watch stuff. I really choose what I want to watch.
Well, that's what we have to do. We have to be very choosy, because we don't want to put anything in our mind that is not so good. I mean, it's just like food. Okay, what are shamanic messengers? These are stones that we put next to a person while they're doing the breath empowerment, because they're releasing negative emotions. And I can tell you this, that I've seen these messengers get heated up. I can see the ones that weren't used versus the one that were used. We have to cleanse them. We have to cleanse them with water and salt to bring them back, because now they're taking on all the negative energy that you have inside of you. I mean, we're very particular. We put the date of birth that you have, where you were born, you know, how old you are. Then we have the top 10 things that are emotional baggages to you to help release through this process.
Wow. As Rachel says, that's powerful. Yeah, thank you, Rachel.
Thank you, Rachel.
It's thank you for the question.
And then the shamanic drums are also used, because sometimes we got chakras that are stuck and they won't release. So I work to help them release that aspect of them that they can't seem to let go.
Wow.
You know, so, you know, everybody has little issues here and there. And sometimes just that little bit can help them let that go and vibrate at a higher level.
So all this is really, I mean, energy that's coming from God. This is all a spiritual thing. A lot of people have a hard time when we discuss different words here, and they don't understand, because when you're in the traditional, and you know, we talked about the traditional religions without naming names, there's a structure. So because you have certain structures, you think that other things are not valid, or they're coming from the wrong entity.
Correct. Well, you know what, people, unless you can really understand and be able to open up to everything, then you could decide, okay, this is good. This, I don't feel it, so let that go. But if you just looked at one book, okay, and that's all you saw, that's all you're going to have. There's no way that you're going to move beyond that, because you haven't seen anything else. We have to be open-minded here. We really got to know that we have a capacity. And God didn't come into this world, didn't bring us into this world and gave us absolutely no tools. We've got plenty of tools. Now, people don't want to recognize them, and they want to follow a certain pattern in a certain book and stay there. They're entitled. They have free will and free choice.
Exactly.
And nobody's forcing anybody to do absolutely anything.
Exactly.
But if you want to grow, you know, and we want to be at peace, you want to have inner peace, you got to have enough love. And with that, you have to be able to vibrate at a higher level. This is why, you know, I wrote a book. It's called Relationships Functional versus Dysfunctional. You have to be the person you want to meet. Okay, I want this from this person. I want that. I want the other thing. And then you take a look at it, but who am I? What am I? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I may not be all that good, but now I still want all of that.
Exactly.
Well, it doesn't work that way. These are laws of attraction, the laws of cause and effect.
Yep.
And for every cause is an effect. And that's why we don't want to pick up karma. We want to be kind and loving to everybody. And if you can't be respectful to somebody, then okay, walk away. But, you know, this is This is how, because we have to treat ourselves with respect.
Exactly. And we have to treat others with respect.
Correct.
Today, an example, I had come to the studio and there was a truck parked like diagonal on all the parking spaces. So I said, excuse me, sir, is that your truck? He was outside. He's like, yes. I said, oh, are you going to be staying there long? Because that's my studio parking. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. We'll be moving. He goes, thank you for being kind.
Well, there you go.
And it was a pleasure. And I go, it's my pleasure. And he goes, and it was just so nice to hear somebody say that. Thank you for being kind. I was doing a nice, being nice to him, because why do I need to scream at him? Oh, you're my spot. What? No, I just said, excuse me,
That's it.
And
it's as simple as that.
It was so nice to have, like, he was so happy I was nice, and the compliment was awesome too.
Right.
And
I mean, you can decide to be happy and thankful and appreciative, or you can be a sourpuss.
Yep.
We have choices. We make those choices up.
We have choices
Being, doing things for others, helping others, opening a door sometimes, At the gym, I hold the door sometimes for a few people coming across. That's it. And they thank you.
Yeah,
thank
say
you.
hello to
You're
somebody.
welcome.
Say hi to
Make
somebody.
them feel better. Say hi. Exactly. Make them feel a little better. Nobody said hi. They didn't even see the person.
Right.
You saw them.
Right.
And what chemicals are you creating in your mind that are for the positive and not the negative?
Right.
Or you can be a sourpuss. Oh, you son of a bee.
Exactly.
Get out of my way. Get out of here.
I see these videos on YouTube from several people that I think are so awesome. They're always helping out like the homeless and doing little things, and they do experiments,
Right.
like, so this one guy, he goes around, he walks around and just goes like this, waiting for a hug, right? And people just walk away like he's crazy because he's asking for a hug. Finally, somebody who finally does get a hug,
Right.
and then he hands them a gift. Nobody knows that he's giving something away. He gives them a brand new iPhone, literally, like, really, it's for me. He goes, yes, thank you for the hug. And it's just, he was doing an experiment.
Right.
Well,
yeah. I mean,
nowadays you can't hug because people want to go get sick, but that's a whole nother story. But before, a couple of years ago, hugging was good, right? Hugging's still good. Okay.
Yes, hugging is important. I hug my son every single day.
So I know you talked about, you created a program called the 9 Steps to a Healthy Mind.
Right.
So I want to talk about a little bit about that, because what we're trying to do here at Studio 33 is have this kind of course that Gus teaches available to you here at Studio 33, and make it convenient for people to come to the studio. It's pretty easy to get here and everything, and just bring some really good positive things here. So that's why on November 16th, we're going to have that. We're going to do that networking event, free to everybody to come in, just get to know us and see what we're about. And Gus will do some like free testing and little things there.
I'm going to show how the physical and the spiritual can come together with AK, Applied Kinesiology, it's called, and muscle testing. People are going to learn how far beyond they are past their fifth sense, that you can tap into your sixth sense this way. And I'm going to show them absolute evidence of this so that they can leave with no questions.
Okay, that's awesome. So we're going to have different things on November 16th. I'm not sure who will be here, but we'll have some other guests here. I think Andrea Hammer is going to be here with a Max Pack, and she can show you that. Also, we're going to have a couple of different people. We'll start naming names later as we get closer to that. But we figured we'd do something before the holidays, before everybody goes away, give you a little uplift, give you some good energy to go with to see your family, because this is a time, I just thought of it now, this is a time that can be very stressful for people, because the holidays bring up a lot of baggage for some people. So going back home to visit family is kind of trauma, or they have previous trauma, right? And they're going into the trauma more.
The previous trauma is there, and then they're going to run into family members that have that trigger. Boom. boom, popping that trigger on you.
Man, it's not popping champagne. It's not
You're not
champagne.
popping, and all of a sudden you're going like this.
Yeah.
Like this.
We've seen many movies about that, but we're gonna take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. Come celebrate your event and create new memories at Studio 33 right here in Fort Lauderdale off the Exit 32 Commercial Boulevard. Call us today so you can schedule an appointment and see the location. It's an intimate setting for your private event. Call us at 954-530-7193. Again, 954-530-7193. Also, our website is studio33f as in Frank LL.com. And you can find us on all social media at Studio 33 FLL as well. Again, call us today for your appointment and come see our venue. We are filling up fast. Hey, we're here. I was just listening to the little music over there. But so that's Studio 33. That's right behind us here. This is part of it. We have the small stage right now where the DJ booth is set up. We got tables. You see our VIP booth back here. We're having a lot. It's been really busy, guys. We have a lot of parties, Halloween parties we had this past weekend. We got salsa coming up on the 4th. We got wellness coming up on the 16th. There's other things coming up in December. And so just keep watching my website, also Studio 33 FLL. You can follow there. I have it on the little tickler on the bottom there. And I renamed the YouTube to Rebooted Mindset 555. Okay, so it doesn't say Rebooted the podcast anymore. I'm trying to get everything. It's kind of hard to rename things once you put a name to it. Like, it doesn't want to let you change it. So I'm gradually doing that. But I'm happy you guys are here. And we wanted to talk about one other thing about your other course that you have. So what is that course?
Okay, Universal Mind Consciousness. For those people that really want to know how to use energy, meaning that you're looking to do something, you want to buy something. Is it something that's useful to you? Is it something that's not useful to you? Like I had 4 tires that I had to change. Now, I could have gone with the Michelins, but because I know how to work the energy and the applied kinesiology, okay, I found some Japanese tires that cost $110. So I saved a total of $800. Huh. So, with my house, I sold my house in East Boca. What ended up happening? I brought in a friend, was the wrong broker. I knew almost from the beginning, I didn't check the energy. And therefore, I fell into that. And it was just the person said, you got to fix this. You got negative, this, that, and the other thing. And all of a sudden, the offers that were coming in for my house were lower and lower. Oh. And this is what happened. I had to replace her. And, myself with a shaman that I work with in Colombia, we said, okay, let's see who could actually do this job. And all of a sudden, this guy, Lou, shows up. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. This guy comes in. I bring him in. All of a sudden, he says, you know what? We need to do this. We need to do that. I have the people to do these things. We're going to rearrange your place. We're going to clean up this other area here. We're going to do this over there. Everything we're going to move and clean things up in a different way. Painting some stuff. You'd be surprised what paint can do. Yeah. And some other stuff that need a repair and things like that. All of a sudden, this guy gets me a ton. I don't even want to say in the air,
but he got more money.
A lot more money. And actually almost started a bidding war.
Wow.
For the house.
Well, that's good. See what happens when you start moving the energy around?
Well, it's picking the right person. Picking the right person. Energetically seeing where that person is. Knowing the consciousness. Knowing their performance. Because everybody talks. They say, I can do this. I can do that. I'm capable. Until then, they show up. But you're going to learn what is actually best for you by learning in this class. You will change dramatically from learning this process.
That sounds amazing because, I think we all have these abilities. That's the thing.
All do.
We all have these abilities, and a lot of people will call it deja vu, right? Or they have. Oh, I met somebody. I really didn't like that person. I don't know why.
And you felt it. You're empathic. You felt it. The person came in and said, "Oh, the air comes out of you. All of a sudden, you feel like a dead fish.
Yeah, you feel heavy.
And you feel heavy, you know. And then you have somebody else comes in, and all of a sudden you're beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, this is a kind spirit, you know, a good heart. And all of a sudden you say, oh, you know, I can connect with this. This is good.
Yeah.
So we have those waves.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we do. And it's happened to me many times, and now I'm learning more and more, and I know I'm going to learn more with you, which I'm so excited about that, and having you here, because we like to keep a really positive, just blessed space here. Okay. We've had wonderful people here who've had 60th birthday parties and family like celebrations of life and different things that have been really hard, you know, from the heart. And we even had church service here. So let me tell you, we've had all kinds of blessings in this studio. And that's why we did it. That's why we have this space here. Really, it's a community space, right? To bring good people together and enjoy like family. And we're having a lot more family now, you know, good people that we've met, all different cultures too. So this Fort Lauderdale is a melting pot of cultures.
Right.
We have Haitian, we have Jamaican, we have Latin, you know, regular American, you know, white American. I mean, there's just so much. And I love all the different cultures. It's just great. We learn from each other, and they have a lot of input too. That's why, again, Gus talk about having an open mind. You have to have open mind. You have to be able to grow and to receive, right?
To receive.
You need to be able to receive the information that's good for you. Stop putting your brain into that, all that garbage on television. I mean, not that movies aren't good. There's good, great movies out there, and it's a good thing to the pastime, but you have to be selective and select what you want.
You do. You have to be selective. You truly have to be selective in what you're watching. And, you know, you have to watch even the news. The news is really taking place. With this kind of stuff, when you do applied kinesiology and we do this kind of energy work, you'll know this person's just full of it. That's it. I'm not listening to this. I'm going to another channel. Let's see if somebody's capable of telling you the truth.
Exactly. And that's
and giving you good information. And we don't want information to be always coming that is just you know, for them to get ratings, they got to get a reaction out of you. And it's not a good reaction. Usually it's not a good reaction. That's what keeps you going. The charge, the force, you know. And instead of the force, we want to be able to stay in our power right here. This is our power. But if we give that up, we're, you know, hitting force with force, meaning that we're getting anxiety, okay, and they're providing it to us. And, you know, we're getting a charge, so we go back to see what's the next story that's going to whack me.
And it really can affect you. I know that during the COVID days, right? We were home and we're locked up in the house. What did you do? Watch television, or some people read or do other things. But a lot of times the TV was on, and I would have to change the channel because I can't listen to it. Turn it off. I can't listen to that stuff every day. You start getting this brainwash from that.
You might even notice yourself. You get like heart palpitations from listening to this negativity. All of a sudden, you're getting anxiety.
Hold on. I got a great one because JC's waving at me, and you know, JC would lose it. He couldn't watch. He would have to turn the news off. He would start having I have a pain. I go, stop watching the news now. And then when we watch football, right? We've learned how to enjoy the game, enjoy the sport. We have a good time, you know. But you can't take it for, how can I say? You can't take it literally for everything because it's a sport. It's right. And it says NFL is for entertainment purposes only.
That's right.
So don't get too riled up into that, you know, because there's a lot of gambling, which is not great. Gambling is an issue, but I won't go there. But anyway, it's just about anxiety, right? So we would get anxiety. We watch the game. I'd go to the hockey game, and I'd be like having heart. I'm like, what am I doing? Stop me! I was so excited that I get crazy at the hockey game. No, I lose my voice from screaming, and the stupid rabbit. I was like, getting off my train. Oh my gosh! No, it's just
so
but I have fun. So Gus, it was great having you here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Everybody come November 16th. You can meet Gus in person and whoever else we're going to be here. Right now, I just call it a wellness networking event. Free everybody. Just come on in. We'll have a little light bites and some wine for you guys to have, and just meet and greet. And let's see what we get. Some good positive energy. And we're gonna do quick. No. Yeah. Oh, okay. We're gonna do another quick commercial, and then I'm gonna close with something that I should have started with, but I'm gonna change the subject a little bit because I really need to talk about something. So I'll be right back after this commercial, and see you in a minute. Come celebrate your event and create new memories at Studio 33, right here in Fort Lauderdale, off the Exit 32 Commercial Boulevard. Call us today so you can schedule an appointment and see the location. It's an intimate setting for your private event. Call us at 954-530-7193. Again, 954-530-7193. Also, our website is studio33f as in Frank, ll.com. And you can find us on all social media at Studio 33 FLL as well. Again, call us today for your appointment and come see our venue. We are filling up fast. Hi, welcome to Rebooted. Hi, welcome to Rebooted Mindset, formerly. Go up. There. I'm back. That was reminding you for November 16th. All right. So I will be posting new flyers up there. I'll do a Facebook and an Eventbrite too, so you can check it out. And so before we end, I do want to bring up something. I didn't bring it up in the beginning, and my brain started going on this subject that Gus and I were talking about. But I do want to mention something that has come to my attention. In our group, we have a lot of different fairs and different things that we go on weekends, and different wellness events, and just a lot of different events around South Florida. And unfortunately, there is a man that's in the circle that I've come to find out that several women have been assaulted. And he actually was here in the studio. It didn't happen in the studio here, but I did meet this person. He did come to the studio, and I found out that day that he was here by one person that he has assaulted other women, coercing them, because he's a hypnosis and he does other energy work. So please be out. Please be careful, ladies, gentlemen. Just be careful. We talked about energy, feeling people's energy. Sometimes people, they say the sheep in the wolf's clothing, right? So you have to be intuitive enough. You have to be a little more, you have to be open. Sometimes when people shake you, even when you shake their hand, you can feel their energy, right? So for me as a woman, if you meet somebody new, don't go by yourself. If you have any kind of anything that you're going to be doing, don't go by yourself. Be accompanied by somebody, another woman, that can stay with you at all times, because do you have the right to have somebody with you all the time? It's like when you go to the doctor for your woman exam, the doctor always says, let me bring the nurse in, because the nurse has to be there. Okay, especially if you have a male doctor, the nurse has to be there. Even if a woman doctor, you always can have a nurse next to you. So just little precautions. And I have started an investigation onto this gentleman. He travels from between here in California, and he also travels to Europe. Not sure what things going on now, if he's gone to Europe, but he's traveled to California, used to live there, and he's living here in South Florida. And I'm very saddened and hurt that a person out there is doing that and manipulating women, causing them to be friends, trying to be all charming and all sweet and everything. Oh no, I'm going to help you. And then inadvertently convinces them that touching them physically or causing them to have a climax, okay, because that's part of healing or anything like that. That is not right. Nobody should touch you physically in a sexual manner without your consent. And for therapy, that's crap. I'm just going to say it's crap. Okay. There's no therapy. Oh, I have to, give you, you have to have an orgasm, or I have to feel you. No. All right. Please be careful. Remember, we have Mujeres en Paz, which is a nonprofit foundation started by Arlene G. And that is for women in the industry that have come through situations like this, or that are continually being abused by other men or women, whatever it is. But we also have the foundation here that Arlene G is running to help women out there, because it's very difficult in the entertainment industry or any kind of industry. I've been sexually assaulted since I was young. Men trying to grope me at 18 years old, 19 years old at work that I used to work at. And I didn't know what to do. I remember being trapped in a room, and he locked the office door and was just like trying to kiss me and touch me. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what is going on? And they're laughing like, haha, like it's no big deal. Yes, it is a big deal. This is my body. Nobody touches this body unless I give you permission. So, Jay said he just gave me the eye. He has permission. He's the only one. So anyway, yeah, I had to throw that one in there. So just making a joke, but it's not a joke. This is not a laughing matter at all. But I just want to make everybody aware of this, that an investigation is going on. And I have several women who have gone through this situation already with this person. And I don't want to put these people in the limelight, because you don't need to see their faces. Okay. Just know that behind the scenes, everything is being documented. And if he's seeing me, just, hey, you better stop what you're doing, because that is not right. Okay. You have no right to touch any woman out there. That is not healing, and that is not therapy. Okay. That is not. So, so everybody just want to say that note. And going back to our first segment with Gus, bringing back to healing, when I talked about from fear to healing. So, to end our segment, for the 9 steps that he has for a healthy mind and helping you be more intuitive, all those classes that he has is going to help you through recovery of any kind of trauma you've gone through. So please come out November 16th and check out our networking event. You can talk to Gus and see how we can help you through this time, or maybe Mujeres en Paz, our foundation, can help you out as well. So I appreciate your time, and I'm so happy that you tuned in again. And thank you for the people that we are live. I love it. And thank you for watching. And remember to subscribe to my channel to get more videos. It's Rebooted Mindset 555. So check it out. Click the little bell so you get notification, and click a like and subscribe, please. It builds up the algorithm, and I can get to more and more people. So take care. I love you guys, and see you next week.